Yes, exactly. And third, I would probably, figuring that's going to solve a lot of social problems. I think what's left is the fact that we're all going to die from climate change. So I would want a solution to climate change.
Cool.
Right. So now explain how the short story thing works. Like, how do you do this?
Well, it takes a week usually. However, I've got bursitis. It's similar to carpal tunnel syndrome, except it's in my shoulder.
Yeah.
So if it's no rush, if it's at all possible. Okay, let me see here. See, a week from. Would it be okay if instead of the 11th, this was due on the 18th?
Okay. The 18th is a Friday?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we could get together around this time.
Oh, that's right. We're not emailing. We're handing the
Yeah,
copy
we'll meet at
of
your
person.
office then on Friday.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Office. Hand printed copy. Cool. All right.
I can't wait.
So how does this work? You got some kind of machine that you use to make the short story?
No. And there's only been one other person that has thought that. This guy named Glenn from Bremerton. He works at like this pawn shop, but and he was a client, and he actually assumed that I had like some kind of computer program, but it's thank you. It's nothing of the sort. Speaking of theology, I showed David my spirit book, and was thinking that you'd be interested in that. It's something I started. It's like a scrapbook, and it's something I started compiling when I was in Vegas. So there's like a lot of Vegas references in there. Let's see, where can this go? Oh, and then there's this. You can have that. That's the latest issue of the Seattle Center. Actually, technically speaking, it's not the latest issue, but they've been slacking. The St. Louis Center. Okay, first it was just the Seattle Center. Then they expanded to have the editor moved from Seattle to St. Louis, so now there's the St. Louis Center as well as the Seattle Center. So simultaneously there are these two papers. The problem is that the Seattle Center only comes out once in a blue moon, whereas the St. Louis Center comes out like clockwork every month. So yeah, it's sad, really. The January 2011 issue of the Seattle Center should have been out by now, but I haven't seen it. That's the December 2010 issue.
Okay.
You can keep that.
Thank you.
And then this, just wanted to get your take on some of this. I mean, David said that you were an atheist, but at the same time, you're an expert in all the religions, so I can just imagine.
Was it?
No, I'm an atheist.
Oh.
Yeah, I have a PhD in theology. My master's is religious studies, so I study religion.
So let's get your take on some of this stuff here. Let's start off with that. Basically how it works is if I see something that moves me spiritually, then it goes in the spirit book.
Yeah. I'm not sure how theological it is. Well, buy my book.
No more or less logical than the other theologies that are out there.
Oh, you should know though. It's Christians often get confused about the concept of Satan. In Hebrew thought, Satan is not a demonic character, is not an evil figure. Satan works for God, and I had a professor of Jewish studies once said the best way to think of it is Satan is God's district attorney.
I've heard that.
So yeah, and then because Christian theology takes the story of the fall from Genesis very differently than Judaism does. It wants to see Satan very differently than Judaism sees Satan. So you end up with demonic in Christian, but Jews wouldn't talk about Satan that way.